What up? Jeff here with all my ICP and Bitcoin renegades. So the reason that I have the Bitcoin flower on the thumbnail of this, it's kind of the background of the whole thumbnail. I started making my new thumbnails again, but with Bitcoin going absolutely crazy like it is, it's actually up higher now than it has been in almost a full year. We saw the price more than half from 30,000 to 15,000 in less than a year and back almost to 30,000. Well, this is a catalyst because all of the banks collapsing. See, what I think happened is a lot of banks were floundering, but they were kind of holding on and gasping for air at the last minute until cryptocurrency exchanges went down. You saw your Celsius go down, your Voyager, and then none of those were manipulations. It wasn't like they were stealing customers' money. They just legitimately, lost a lot of money in some of their trades. And so the exchanges went under. We really only had one misappropriation of funds, and that was FTX, which is actually going to end up turning out to be a good thing in the long run, because that way we don't have to deal with a faulty exchange anymore. But now we're seeing banks collapse because of their faulty investments. And I'm wondering if actually that is looked into. Some of this is not criminal as well, because it seems like the government doesn't like to prosecute banks and, the people stealing people's money in the traditional banking system as much as they want to come after crypto. And when the US government would finally realize that crypto is not the enemy, that it could actually help America get out of debt, it could establish us as a number one world power still, in a financial terms and economical terms, and just in an all-around community terms as well, where we are the leaders of innovation, technology, and all of the other things that matter, and not worry so much about our military forces, but our political forces, and learn to come at other places with collaboration instead of our ideas are better. That's something I've learned in crypto. And probably the biggest thing I've learned in the community is you don't have to just be number one by taking out your competitors. You can work with other people. And this is something the government really needs to understand, that you can work with people, get your agenda worked, and help other people as well. And that's something I think we really need to understand. But Bitcoin Flower is probably the biggest NFT in ICP for sure, but in the entire NFT space. It has a couple above it, like Bored Ape Yacht Club, your Mutant Apes, and CryptoPunks. But after that, I don't see a lot of other crypto NFTs that are rising to the level of Bitcoin Flower. Now, I did watch a Twitter space that Six Figs was in with Chris Jericho. That was freaking awesome, bro. Like, I was almost thinking, yeah, Chris Jericho probably isn't going to show up. And then he did. He showed up on their Twitter space. Check that out. I know Six Figs tweeted it. Go listen to that. It's about the Painmaker NFT, which is like some kind of intergalactic assassin or something. It's pretty cool. Check it out for sure. I think that's cool. Collaboration, innovation, and it all kind of stems around this new era in crypto, which is NFTs. So before we get to the charts, which we're going to look at the weekly charts. We're going to look how this has to do with Bitcoin and where ICP could be going from there, and more. So let me just go and show you my Bitcoin flower. And I've been holding this ever since the ICP flower came out. And wait, that's my F flower. That's not my Bitcoin flower. Okay, my my Bitcoin flower here. It is not listed. The last price was 335 ICP. It was actually like $2,500 the last time. And the price has gone down just because ICP has gone down. But I see myself holding this. I'm not taking a loss on this. So if I can get, at least my money back, I might think about it. But I actually unlisted it because I think I'm just going to wait until the bull run. And then even if I can only sell it for like 300 or 200 ICP, it could be worth $10,000 by then. But no other NFTs that I know of go for $1,800 a piece that are really good and on a fast, cheap blockchain. So if you want to take a look, I have an 88% rarity on my Bitcoin flower, and I go by rarity index and kind of the cool looks. But as you see, they have a fully gold one, and someone offered him 325. He said, no, I want 2,200 and more. There's more offers. That means that people are willing to spend several $1,000s because these all have offers, legit offers on them. I kind of like this one just because it's in all black. And those are kind of my favorite. I have a black and white collection, and this one's just all black with that, little green there. If we look at mine, it's basically the black and white version of that, which is why it's so rare. Look at this. It looks all white here, which is really cool. I like the JPEG picture of it. But as you see, it's black and white right here with that little, they always have that little green thing on there, but it's a black and white collection. And my Ethereum flower is a black and white collection as well. So these are just awesome. Now I have another one that has to do, and why I'm talking about this is the Bitcoin integration, right? We have integrated with Bitcoin now, and so that's why I got these cryptos. Your Bitcoin flower. Now the next one we're going to have is the Ethereum integration too. So that's going to be a massive thing. But this is the one that I got especially for the Bitcoin integration, and I want to zoom in so that I can show you exactly why I did that. Boom! Look at this Bitcoin integration. I mean, that is so sick, and it has a little cat with a business suit. And look at that, Solana. He just drinks his coffee out of Solana. He doesn't own any. Maybe one day ICP will integrate with Solana and they'll bury the hatchet. But for now, Solana is the dirty laundry of FTX, in my opinion. But this ICP Bitcoin integration, this is fire. And then you got a cute cat in a business suit, dude. Come on. OG Metals in the house. Shout out to DK Lord. Your collection's fire, bro. But I'd recommend you guys go look at these. If you check out, well, let's zoom out here. I'm going to try not to spend too much time on this. Whoops. And then get into the charts. But I just had to shout this out because I think these things are incredible. If you go to OG Metals, you can still get an ICP Bitcoin integration OG Metal. I always go by rarity index so that I can see the best ones out there. Like this one, the ultra rare, this is the Bitcoin version here, but they also have the Bitcoin ICP integration, like this one, ICP Bitcoin integration, but it's going for 1,500, right? So they're pretty expensive. But there's also a little cheaper ones. You have this Bitcoin integration. It's a 97 for 350. Mine's actually a 93% that I got for like 93, I believe. But these are all fired. This is kind of like the one that I have, except it's a lower version because I have the silver or the bronze version. This one's below it. Then you got the black one as well. You got the bronze, the silver, and I don't think there's a gold one. There might be. I just haven't seen it. But yeah, there's a collection of these. So if you wanted, you could get one, but it's quite expensive. All right. So before we get started on the charts today, I just want to get into the chat and see how everybody's doing. Looks like we got King Love here. What's up, my guy? How has everybody been? Doing well, actually. I'm still waiting to get into the dentist, and then I might, need a few days off after that. So maybe in the next week or so, I'm going to be taking time off. I might make a few videos before them, as my moderator was like, hey, get a few videos ready for if you can't, make new ones. So I think I'm going to do that this weekend. I'm going to make like 4 or 5 different videos. And then if I'm sick or if my mouth is hurting, then I can just release those to you guys. So Hulk, smash that like button right now. No, if you guys really want to help ICP and get the word out there, the way the algorithm works is every like basically shows it to 10 more people. Every comment shows it to 10 more people, and every kind of interaction like that. So, yeah. So let's get into the price now. Let's look at where we are. I'm going to do some real nice technicals. But before we get into that, let's take a look at the history of ICP right now. So this is a historical data for Internet Computer, and this is just kind of every day. And I want to make a few notes here because, as you see, we were kind of bouncing from 40 to 50 million in volume for the last like 4 or 5 days. Then before that, we had a nice 70, 60, 70 million. So there is a lot of volume at $5. And people were smart at 475 to 527, another 41 million, 46 million. Under $4 or under $5. That's really smart. So people are being really, really smart about their purchases in ICP. We're getting a lot of volume at these prices, which I like to see. And even when we do pump, there's more volume. So there's a lot of money, not only that's going into ICP, but as you see, almost $200 million here at $7 to $8, right? So that shows that there is hundreds of millions of dollars waiting to go into the internet computer. Now, let's go to Bitcoin for a second, because I really believe I'm going to have to do a new Bitcoin chart. Because they change everything. I think it's because of money that they change these kind of things, but it is what it is. Everybody's got to make money, right? I ain't hating on them for that. We'll just figure out what we got to do to get the charts, and then we'll do it. So there we go. Bitcoin has retraced since I started making this video at 27,000. But what I was talking about before, and I made a little short video, if we go back and look at this line all the way back, this hasn't happened since we started our bear market here, right? So we started the bear market actually before this, because here's November 2021, and this is the starting of the bear market right here from December 2021 all the way to April of 2022. And then we had a big falling off after that. And that's when we had this level from May all the way till almost June or almost July. And we haven't been at this level since then. So if we go here, we are now testing a year-long resistance level. We couldn't break it here, couldn't break it here, couldn't break it here. We finally broke it here. But this is going to be a box area of resistance. So that means we're going to have to get above $32,500 for the bull market to officially start. In my opinion, we start that bull market when we break out of $31,308. This is going to be the level we look for. I want to mark this as a big area with a star right here. That's an ugly looking star. Hold on. Let's try that again. There we go. Oh, I missed one of the sides. Okay, some funky looking star there, but that's okay. So this is the area that we really want to see in order for Bitcoin to really start a bull market. Now let's look how this has to do with internet computer. Now we haven't broke the area that we had the breakdown. So I'm waiting for an alt season to happen. This is why I predicted ICP at $10. As you see, Bitcoin just broke that resistance at 25 and went all the way to 28. I was thinking ICP was going to do the same thing. So we might not be able to get this in March, like I thought, at $10. But we did go up to 824 in February, right before March. So I consider that pretty close to my target. I did think this would be a breakout from previous resistance. But altcoins are a lot harder to move up and convince that it's a bull market than Bitcoin. Now, I do want to do a big old fib retracement or extension here from all the way back to about a year ago when the Bitcoin broke down and when we did as well. So I'm going to take us from our low here. Okay, actually, we're doing this the wrong way. We're going to take it from the low here to the low here. Okay, then we can kind of see where we would go if Bitcoin does break that $32,000 level. And look at this. It's right up here at the previous level that Bitcoin would have went from, 28,000 all the way up to 32,000. Well, we could see a nice $21 ICP once the bull market starts getting into the swing of things. We break out of previous resistance right here. These levels are going to be very important too. At your 785, then up at your $9.13 level, and then up at your 1042. Then this is our 12. Oh my God. This is our $12 range. This is exactly our $12 breakout if we have our two patterns that are going to break out. And I'm going to show you that with this fib up here as well, so that you can actually see that this is definitely plausible for this inverse head and shoulders and our massive falling wedge breakout. So we have that shoulder, we have the head right here, and then we have the other shoulder right here. Now, I know I showed you this on previous videos, but I want to show you exactly where that breakout would technically be if this happens, right? So if we do that, we go right here. It's gonna be crazy that it's gonna possibly go all the way to that 7. Boom, right there on that line. Look at that. Right at the 786. So this is pretty massive right here. And if you go to the top of the wedge, which if you do this falling wedge right here, I would say we go down like this. Then we take this one, kind of, I would even say we can start it right here. Boosh. So if you go to the top of the wedge, we're looking at about $14. So with this, the 718, and you could even actually start it right here, the falling wedge, and then it would be exactly that $12.40 level, 1230 to 1240. So we have multiple patterns. We have the Fibonacci extension that's saying, yeah, we could hit that point at the 786. We have an inverse head and shoulders that's over a year long. Bitcoin just broke out of its over year-long resistance. Its falling wedge broke out. If we look at it like this falling wedge broke out, which means we could be going to that $32,500 level. This is all pretty awesome, guys. Now we just need altcoins to follow Bitcoin up, and we have the starting of our bull market, right? So let's actually, 1 second, let me just get this so I can show you guys something. Just give me 1 second here. I don't want to spoil the surprise. Okay, now let me just share my screen with you and you can see what I'm talking about now. All right, so the Bitcoin halving is the event that is going to really give us our next bull market. It's given us every single bull market within, a few months before to a few months after. And when is the next Bitcoin halving? Well, that is going to be held on April 15th. Ooh, so normally it's in May. It was in May in 2020, but now it's in April of 2024 at 2 p.m. Universal Time. The Bitcoin block reward is scheduled to drop from 6.25 to about 3 per block. So this is going to be massive in our next movement in the market. So in April, we're talking about a year and a couple weeks away now. So, and if we go and we look at the 2020 halving, it started a few months even before the halving. It started probably, we had the halving in May. I think we even started in February, March, or February or January of 2020. So we really are getting into that next bull run. And with Bitcoin breaking out of an over year-long resistance, ICP going up and testing that year-long resistance with 2 massive patterns that brings us up to that 7.6 Fibonacci, and having all of those lead us to about $12. I'm not predicting $12, but that's what the charts predict, guys. So I really think we're on a good way to hit something like that. So I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about? Let's go into the shorter time frames. I think that's something we need to do that we didn't really do in the past. Let's go to look at the weekly first, and then we'll go look at the short time frames. So this weekly is really going to give us a big idea in an easier to see way. Yeah, they like to show their little ads there, but you can see this pattern way better right here. You see, and it all leads us up to this, 0.786. And then we could actually end up going all the way to $21, probably by the halving of next year, probably by April of next year. I'm looking to go between 1650 and 2170. So everybody who bought it at $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10, you guys are going to double, triple, quadruple, or even 7 times your money if you bought it at 3 something. So this is an awesome thing that we're seeing. Now I want to get the RSI out here to show you all these indicators together. So let's get the RSI out. Okay. We'll look at this real quick. As you see, we are still above. If you can't see that yellow line right here, it's at 4170, which is the simple moving average, just right about here. And we have the regular at 44 417. So we're about 3 points above that. It does look like we're going to bounce off of that as support to go up. So $5 is a massive area of support that goes back over a year. So we are holding this strong with the support. We just need to break resistance, which is going to be this downward trending resistance line to get us above that level. We could break out from this inverse head and shoulders that could be a little higher at about 780. But if we break this falling wedge, it could be somewhere at around $6.70, which could help us break out here and send us all the way up to $12 in the next couple of months, or even the next 6 or 8 months. It might take a little while longer. Let's get the RS or the EMAs out here now. I definitely want to see where the moving average is and if we are above any of the crucial 9 or 21. So the EMA 9 is at 550, which is right where we're actually having resistance right now. That's why we haven't broke above the 550 area for a little while. And the 21 is going to be somewhere, I think, around 7. Oh, no, it's lower. Nice. It's at 561 on the weekly. So we absolutely need to break out at least the $6 to become really, really bullish. If not, we do have a possible head and shoulders right here. It's a smaller one, so it'll only probably bring us down to about 480 again, which isn't too bad. We could see a $4 ICP if things get really bad, but I think we're closer to breaking out on the upside. The only thing is, if Bitcoin does break down from 27, back down to like 22,000, that is going to bring ICP down to $4. It's really going to beat down the altcoins. So we need to stay above, watch this RSI on the weekly, and really get to know how that looks like. So you can see if it breaks down, then we're toast, at least in the short term. Long term, ICP is a boss, right? I'm just giving you short-term price projections, right? So now on the 4-hour chart, we got really, really overbought here for a minute. And had the breakdown. We are below the simple moving average about 3 points. So I would actually like to see us go sideways for a little while, reset this RSI down before we break out in a massive way. Because we're only at 50. We have like 19 more points before we're overbought again. So we do have a falling wedge that might have broke out on the shorter time frame though. So I kind of want to move this on the 4-hour from that big $8 level. I need to kind of get this a little better. Sorry, guys. Okay. So if we break this down and we go all the way from the $8 level, we actually have broke out of this falling wedge and we are using it as support. We have the breakout here, touching it for support here, breakout, and retesting it right here. So this is actually a pretty long-term, since February. I guess it's only like a month or two long. Yeah, about a month and a half, month and a week. But we broke out and we are testing it as support. Now we could reposition this and say that we are actually still under it. So we broke out of one resistance, but we do have another resistance. Let's actually put both of them so that you can see them simultaneously. So we broke out of this one, and just like the RSI on the weekly, remember, we have those two areas, the EMA 9 and the EMA 21 to break above. That's going to be the same thing. We already broke above this falling wedge, but we have another one right in our face. Because that's how you follow the downward trending resistance line. And we broke out of this one, confirmed it as support, but we have this new one right here because we had a higher high and then broke down and had a lower low right here than up here. So that's what that looks like. Now on the hour, I am hoping for a bit of a reversal, or signs of a reversal to come. Now you can see these big long patterns still, and it shows you that there's a lot of 1-hour candles in this thing, and it's kind of trending downward with this. So we might actually see another retest of about 525. But if we break out of about that area on the weekly, about 550 to 570, then we really are going to turn bullish and move to the upside. And then if we break below 525, we're going to be looking at the $5 level, and then we're actually going to have a bottom here at about 442. So we need to keep our eye on that. The cool thing about the RSI on the hour is it's pretty low. It's sitting at about 48. And it is a little bit below at 50.98. So we're only like 2 points away from breaking out on this. So let's actually, I don't normally do smaller time frames, but I do want to see the 30-minute because this is going to give us a closer idea of what's happening right now. Yeah, so it looks like we are really testing these moving averages. 543, 544, and that's where we're at, 543 right now. So if we break it out on the 30-minute, then we go up to the 1 hour breakout of those at about 543. Actually, we're broke out of those right now. So yeah, things are really starting to look good for momentum for ICP. I'm really liking everything the charts are showing us today. Those big long patterns plus the month-long one. Now, most people are like, well, it sucks that ICP went from $8 all the way back down to $4. You know, that sucks for people holding. No, dude, it just created a massive month-long falling wedge, which is a bullish scenario. See, anytime that we turn bearish, we are looking for that reversal to keep going bullish after that. It isn't just about climbing up to $20 real quick, because then we'll go all the way back down. We need to slowly climb, confirm support. I know it's a tedious journey, guys, but we're going to be in a bull run soon, and we won't have to deal with it as bad. Just know that in the bull market, we're going to have pumps and retracements too. That's just the way the market is. And if you are numb to those, which is now I've become after 2.5 years, I'm finally numb to that. Oh man, I just lost like $1,000 in one day, and then boom, I made $2,000 the next day because I didn't sell, get panicked. There's a lot of times where I could have sold at a loss and then immediately regained more than double what I lost if I would have just been patient. And I am. I'm diamond-handed for the most part, unless I need money for groceries or, whatever. But I always try to have something in the future, that I don't have to sell my nest egg, because this is the one chance in my lifetime, guys. This is why I'm making this. I want to take you on the journey with me so that it could be your one chance too. This is the one chance in my life to really not only make something of myself with my channel, with everything, but I'm latching on to the best thing that has hit my life in technology, in career. I just started crypto for fun, right? I'm like, hey, maybe I'll gain some money. Bitcoin's cool. Then I've met the coolest community. Okay. I'm just letting you guys know that there's a lot more to crypto than just little price movements. It is kind of like an ebb and flow. The pain comes 80% of the time. But as long as you withhold for that 80% of the time and you don't sell, you just accumulate during that 80% of the time, not financial advice, common sense, and you sell in that 20% of the time where everybody's like, Bitcoin's at 150,000 this next bull run. It's going to 1 million. Bitcoin's going to $1 million. That's when you know it's time to sell. Not right now. I know people are saying Bitcoin's going to 1 million. We're not in the bull market yet, though. I'm talking about when Bitcoin hits a new all-time high. Everybody's saying, oh, we're not done yet. This is a new thing. It's a new cycle. It's not. It just gets bigger each cycle. It's never going to be a new thing. So I thank you guys for stopping by. Fake news, my God. I wish Just Forfeit was here, but that's okay. I got most of my people. I'm going to be doing more uploads because they do really well in the algorithm. I'm getting better at editing. If you hadn't noticed, a lot of my uploads are edited and they used to be kind of cracky and a little bit weird, but I'm getting a lot better at editing. And shout out to Victor from ICP Squad for really showing me how to make snippets. And I mean, he kind of just showed me with what he was doing, and I kind of picked it up and made it my own. But shout out to him for that, for really helping me to understand how to make better content videos. I got Victor's back all day. He's good people. Six Figs too. He was here at the beginning. And I want to do a lot more interviews with projects. So my dream is to have Ludo on here. I don't know if that'll happen, but this one guy is my homie right here. Let's go to him, shout him out real quick. This is my guy right here, Agito Val. He actually made an NFT of me on WagMe, which is not actually part of the WagMe collection, but it's a WagMe based NFT. He's a great artist, and these are the kind of people I want to have on my channel in the future. We actually talk all the time. As you see, I have him over here in my pinned conversations. And Steve from NNS DAO. I just like to make it a point to be involved, not only with the community side, but the development side, so that if something comes out, I can let you guys know, hey, you know, not financial advice, guys, but things are happening in this field. You know, something's going on here. The integration is coming soon from Definity, and get this news out to you guys, not like insider trading, but like the juice, the news on what's happening right now in the internet computer. And when you're the first ones to know, you're the first ones to get in, first ones to make the money. So for everything I say, the charts are looking pretty spicy right now. But I worry that Bitcoin goes up so much. We haven't had an altcoin season. This worries me. Now, all the charts look really good, but we've known historically when the charts look good, they read the charts too. The people who are shorting, longing, everything, the ones who manipulate the market, they read the charts too. So they could be setting us up for some kind of a bull trap. But no matter what happens in the short term, Bitcoin is going to go back above 30K. ICP is going to go up to $10, $20. We're going to hit that 786 at $12. We're going to hit the Fibonacci golden retracement at 21. It's just a matter of time. The halving comes in April, and I actually thought it was May, so we're a month earlier than that. All right, guys, we have to go now. I'm so excited about crypto. I'm going to nerd out. I'm probably going to watch some Definity videos, some Six Figs videos, you know, some ICP squad videos, just to finish out my night. If you guys have a good channel, Bitcoin Bros are good too. They talk about ICP. Any good channels about ICP, I want to know, because I want to collaborate with the guys. I want to watch their videos. So let me know if you have your favorite ICP videos. I know Bitcoin Renegades is one of them. All right, guys, that being said, goodbye and good Bitcoin ICP integration. Bang! That was too long.